Welcome to Lexington, home of famous bourbon distilleries, the Kentucky Wildcats, and the highly anticipated Lexington Selected Yearling Sale. I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update, and every October in that first week, the harness racing world gathers around to find the next standardbred superstar in Lexington. Dave, I love having you as the first interview for our pre-sale feature because that way you can talk about how great last year was and then what to expect this year.
Yeah, no, last year was great. I was one for the record books for sure. And I think this year, catalog-wise, it's probably stronger and deeper than last year's. So I'd hope the results will be strong, but the marketplace will tell us that. But from a catalog point of view, it's our biggest catalog ever. It's our deepest, and I think it's our best. A big part of that is the addition of the first crop sires for the pacing side. We've got Tall Dark Stranger, Poppy Rub Hanover, Cattle Wash, and then the trotting side, is Chimpanzee's first crop. He doesn't have a big first crop, but it's a worthy one for sure. And then you have some regional first crop sires like Green Manalishi. So, it's definitely our deepest book. And the other thing too is that the catalog itself is, over half the catalog is dual eligible. Shows a lot of racing opportunities for the purchasers, and some of the yearlings are triple eligible, and every jurisdiction is represented, I think, very strongly. And truthfully, we have the world's best breeders here, and they bring their stock, and they come from all over the country, Canada, U.S., and we're happy to represent them, and I hope they have a great week.
Yeah, you said it's the biggest one. There's actually like 100 more horses this year, right? Or
fake news, keyboard warrior stuff. But anyways, no, there's I think we're 60 ahead. I think we're 60 or 65 more. I think 20 of those are regional, like Ohio, Indiana, whatever. So, but we are up. We're up about 60 head, and but I don't think it's. I actually think it's with the pacing sires we mentioned, Tall Dark and Poppy Rob. I think there's like 70 or 80 combined. So when you interject those into the catalog, you still have all your other sires. Your Captains, your Sweet Lou's, your Stay Hungry, the whole litany of them. When you add those in there, it adds great diversity, and I think if they come, the buyers on the grounds, they got to do the work, probably work harder than ever. So I think the catalog is deeper, and pick your spots. But there's going to be opportunities. We always want to talk about the highs, but there's going to be a lot of workman-like horses that are being sold that could be champions next year, and that's what makes us sell the greatest.
And you actually have a new partner, right? Because Randy Mangus is having a new position, so tell me about that.
Yeah, no, Randy's been slowing down a little bit. He's still a consultant with us. He's been obviously with the company a long time. And Bruce Brinkeroff, who used to work with the company, then he went to the USTA. He's back, and he's a co-manager with us. But it's really a team effort. The office staff has been in place a long time. So, I think it's a great addition, and truthfully, we just can't screw it up. Just manage it properly. But it's good to have Bruce on board. But Randy's still around, and happy to have that as well.
Well, have a great week. I'm really looking forward to this week.
Thank you. Have a taco.
I already did. And actually, I'm getting ready to have donuts over at Brittany Farms. So
cool.
you cover all the bases. You've got appetizers right through dessert when you come to the sale.
Well, listen, we're going to have a great week of weather, which is great. And, happy hunting for everybody. And I'm sure maybe I'll run into you once or twice again.
I hope so.
All right. Thank you.
I'm at Brittany. Now, I came for the donuts, but I'm staying for the horses. And first of all right, these donuts, oh man, they have a big reputation. Tell me about these.
These are quality donut made by Spalding Bakery. They open early in the morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock. They only open to 10 o'clock in the morning, and they sell thousands of donuts every day. Nothing fancy, just a glazed donut that'll knock your socks off.
Yeah. I'm not wearing any socks, but if I were, they would be knocked off. Yes, they would. Now, I heard that you are definitely a foodie. So for people that are here and watching this, give me a couple of great suggestions for restaurants.
Well, the old tried and true ones are still around in Lexington, but we've got a couple new restaurants. One in Versailles, Kentucky, which is out past the castle. In Woodford County, where Brittany Farms is. And it's a new Italian restaurant from Pittsburgh, and it is the real deal. It's authentic. They make all their pasta in-house, and a lot of nice traditional Italian dishes. Not a red sauce restaurant, more of an upscale restaurant. And then one that my wife and I have been eating at lately is called Bella Cafe. It's the second Bella Cafe in town. It's owned by a local group, but it's a beautiful little restaurant. We took a friend there the other night, and he said, I feel like I'm in California. It just has that vibe to it. So that's two. There's a whole lot of new restaurants. People down. I've been to Buddha Lounge downtown. That's an interesting, kind of a fun restaurant that has sushi and Thai food and whatnot. Then I heard there's a new Thai restaurant downtown, but I can't qualify that. I haven't been there. So.
Well, that's very honest of you. Yes, at least you heard it was good, but you're not going to attest that you've been there. Now, and that's the thing. Lexington is a very special place, and this is the Lexington experience. It's not just about the horse sale, but true. People come here to take in what a beautiful atmosphere it is and all the great food. But of course, we are here to watch those yearlings go through the sales ring. How many do you have consigning this year?
This will be our smallest consignment since 1986. We've got 19. We have 4 trotters, 1 colt, 3 fillies, and then 15 pacing yearlings.
You're scaling down because retirement's in the future, right? How's that looking?
It's looking great to me.
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, let's talk about that one trotting colt a little bit. What do you love about him? And he's hip number what again?
Number 51. He's a Walner, which anybody's going to love that part. It's a great family. And he's a really nice horse. Very strong. Very, very nice horse to be around. And he's great in the paddock, so we're quite proud of him. And I only have one, so he is definitely the best trotting colt I raced this year.
I love it, yes. Well, I'm going to finish this donut off camera because I have a feeling I'm going to take it in about 2 bites. But I appreciate you letting me come in and raid your donut stash.
You're welcome. Dale picked those up around 8 o'clock this morning, and they were steaming hot when they got here.
Are they going to be here tomorrow?
Probably not. Maybe.
All right. Well, you guys missed out then. I'm getting the last few. Thank you, Art.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, Beth, I'm here to see a particular yearling, Country Caroline.
No way.
I know. Shocker.
Shocker, for sure, for sure.
Okay, now she is the daughter of Captain Treacherous and Charton, who was the 2019 Harness Horse of the Year. And again, Charton, very close to my heart, family trained and owned horse. So tell me about her baby.
Spitting Image. That's all I can say. Spitting Image, classiest pacing filly I have, probably.
I love that you actually call Country Caroline Charton.
Yeah. That's how all my guys know them by their dam's name, because, they're not named when they come out, so they just, we keep calling them by their dam's name, so that's how it goes.
Okay, I thought it was kind of like, an omen there, like, oh, she looks so much like her.
Well, she does. I mean, there is no denying that is who it is.
So has she been really busy? Has the yearling been busy coming in and out of the stall?
She has. She's been very steady today.
Okay. And so you love her? We looking to...
For sure. Yes, she's a very lovely filly.
Attitude-wise, conformation, what do you love about her?
I love the whole package. She's a nice, big, strong filly, but she does everything right, but has enough fight in her to be a racehorse. She's not a pushover.
Now, this is a huge opportunity for you to consign her, and you've got some really nice yearlings this year. Tell me about, the owners and how this all came about that you have these horses.
Yeah, she's owned by Ole Yoder, Country Lane Standbreds, and it's been a great opportunity. We do the residency thing for all his mares, so they're all dual eligible moving forward. And there's no better person to have horses for than Ola. He 100% great guy, team player, and we're all in this together.
Now, we don't want to just talk about one yearling. We at least need to know that you have more than one in the consignment. So how many do you have?
I actually have 66, and I have horses from every jurisdiction and, from every price range, so from the top to the bottom.
You've only been doing this since what year?
First consignment 2016 or 17?
How amazed are you how this has grown?
A lot of hard work. Yeah. A lot of sleepless nights.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
A lot of all of that. Yes, a lot.
Well, have a great sale, and I'm so happy for you, and I cannot wait to see Charlton's baby go through the sales ring and be on the racetrack.
Absolutely.
Howard, you are part of Landmark Racing Stable, which is a fractional ownership syndicate, right?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about this. When did you guys get started? How did it come about?
Right. Okay, so Mark Stacy and I and other members of Mark's families started this 17 years ago. And we took shares, and at the first they were $5,000 shares. We've since adjusted that to $2,000. So it's been going for 17 years now. And so the yearling, we're forming Landmark 17 at this time. People buy shares for $2,000, and then they will become fractional owners of every horse we buy at the sales this year. That averages 5 to 7 horses. So by buying a share in Landmark, you instantly own a fraction of 5 to 7 horses. It's not a horse, it's all the horses that Landmark buys.
It brings a lot of enthusiasm to the business.
The whole thing, in my opinion, if I could just characterize it, it gives harness racing fans an opportunity to own horses for a very modest amount of money.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. So you're here at Lexington and you're looking at a lot of yearlings. How about this book? This book, how many markers do you have here?
Those are only Ontario breds. And Landmark focuses on Ontario breds, and we support the Ontario Racing program, the OSS program. We had, last night at Mohawk, we had a first, a second, and a fourth with Landmark horses. It's really neat how it has grown over the years. We have a website, landmarkracing.com, all lowercase, and all the information is on there about how to buy, how to get involved, and how to talk to me.
Perfect. That's what I was going to ask you. Give us a plug. Where can we find you? And now we know. Thank you. I'm so excited about this. I'm happy bidding. I know you're going to have a great sale.
Well, Mark does the bidding. I just help him look at horses.
That's okay. That's okay. You're a part of it. All right. Thank you, Howard.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Talking about yearlings. How many do you think you're going to bid on, and how many do you think you'll take home?
I'll probably bid on quite a few, but hopefully I get 5 or 6. And at this stage of the game, I don't get any. It's no real big deal, but I imagine I'll get 5 or 6.
Now, are you looking for something in particular?
Probably a couple nice Huntsvilles and maybe a couple PA breds. That's what I generally want to stay around.
Now, when we're talking about when a horse is foaled, a lot of people have a cutoff date. Do you have a cutoff date? Do you stay away from June foals, or does it matter or not?
Okay, you're going to get my theory on that. If Ray Schnittker was born January 1st and LeBron James was born December 29th, and we were playing basketball, who would you still rather have?
Okay, I got you. I got your point, right? No. So now when you're looking at foals, okay, so we've talked about this a little bit before. So it's pedigree, confirmation, what's the percentage there?
Probably 50-50. I mean, I like big horses. I bought a midget Chapter 7 a couple years ago. Every time I looked at it, I wanted to throw up. But so when I see a little one, I don't want it. Even though some of them do turn out, but I like a nice, big, strong horse. And certain styles I can't afford, so I really don't look at them. But I have a hard time buying Chapter 7s, even though he's a hell of a star, just because a lot of them are small.
Now, we see a lot of evolution when it comes to racing. So, the breed and how it's come so far. So when horses are racing, what's going on, they're going faster. The breed has evolved. What about when you see the horses here, the yearlings? Do you see how they've evolved? Is there a difference? You've been to a lot of yearling sales over the years.
Oh, from 30 years ago, people have really learned how to feed them. I mean, back then, I thought I could knock them over if I hit them hard enough, right? And nowadays, they look like they're 3-year-olds already. And like I said, most horses are starting to look more like thoroughbreds a little bit. Well, they got tons smaller head than when I was a kid. Most of the head holders are never tight enough because their heads are a lot smaller, but they're just racier looking. And I think it's the feed programs more than anything.
Okay. Always some great info from the man, the legend himself, Ray Schnittker. Thank you, Ray, so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Patti, you are the farm manager for Hanover, but we have not had you on the show, so I want to get to know you a little bit better. What is your journey with Hanover?
Well, my husband and I started working for Hanover Shoe Farms in the year 2000 and managed the New Jersey Stallion Station for 12 years for them. And then we moved to Pennsylvania in 2012 with Camps Karchark and Western Ideal, two of my favorite boys. And been at Hanover Shoe Farms as assistant farm manager until 2019. When Dr. Jablonski became the executive vice president, they moved me up to farm manager. So.
But this is your first yearling sale, is that right?
It's the first time being in charge of it, yes.
Right. How's it going?
It's exciting. It's also stressful, making sure we get everything right and making sure the help is taken care of. I mean, they work long hours and come in early and, making sure they're happy, the horses are happy.
Yeah, and that's huge. I don't think a lot of people really understand when you say early, like we're talking, 5 in the morning?
Yeah, some of the grooms come in 4:30, 5, just to get them, the stalls done, get the horses cleaned up and ready to go.
It is a Broadway production, to say the least, right?
Yes.
Right, it's huge. So how many do you guys have in this sale this year?
We have 25.
So let's talk about one of them. I think there's a Jocelyn Hanover that you really love.
Yeah, hip number 150. She's a beautiful filly. First crop of Tall Dark Stranger. She's out of the mare JK Higher Power. Just beautifully balanced filly, very athletic. She has a nickname in the barn, Big Bertha, they call her, because she has a big booty, but she's very athletic and moves super nice. Very popular. Everyone's been looking at her, so we hope she sells well.
There's something to say about that big ass end on a horse, okay? It's very important. A lot of power comes from there, right?
Yep, that's the powerhouse.
That's right. Well, have a great sale, and thanks for being on.
Yeah, thank you, Heather.
First of all, we have to explain that this is Heather Squared, okay? We got the Heathers here at the Lexington sale, and actually, congratulations, Heather, on this being your biggest consignment. This is so great. How many do you have here?
61. 61 for this year.
So you have been with Crawford Farms for basically the very beginning, right? So it's kind of great to see how this empire has grown, hasn't it?
The first year we came down, I think we had 9 yearlings. We had one on opening night. I don't even think he brought 10,000. So this is a big change for us to have 12 opening night and as big as the consignment is.
So tell me about the one that we're looking at. What's the hip number and what do you love about this yearling?
She is hip 40. She's a Huntsville filly, so she's New York and Kentucky eligible. The family is red hot. She's the mother is a sister to the dam of Tall Dark Stranger. She's a sister to Sports Rider, full sister to the dam of the colt that just won the Metro. So the family is hot.
Now, you can tell that you love your job. I've seen you on social media, and look at that smile. Her smile, I think, is bigger than my smile. And I love what I do, so I know you do as well. Why do you love it so much?
This was in my blood. I mean, my mom, my dad, everyone was in the standardbreds. I tried to stay out of it. I mean, I did the horse show thing and tried to stay, but it sucked me back in. So, I mean, this is just, we live, eat, breathe harness racing. We have race horses, we have a couple brood mares. It's just my life.
I love it, and I'm so glad that you decided to come back into our side of the world.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, and have a great sale. And again, I'm so happy for you and all the success you're having with Crawford Farms.
Thank you.
If you want to be part of the excitement of the Lexington Selected Yearling Sale that starts on Monday, October 2nd at 7 p.m., you can check out the live stream and even bid online at lexingtonselected.com. And of course, all the details from each session will be in Harness Racing Update. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Heather Vitale for HRU, and happy bidding.